Located on the border of Washington, D.C., the city of Mount Rainier, Maryland, has a population of approximately 8,500 residents within 1 mile, making it the most densely populated city in the state. Recognizing the urgent need for safer roadways, Mount Rainier has embarked on a transformative journey to enhance street safety and overall livability for its residents. Recently, the city achieved a significant milestone by securing a grant through the Safe Streets and Roads for All program, a federal initiative designed to improve safety for all road users by funding various projects aimed at reducing traffic-related fatalities. This initiative not only enhances the city's appeal as a walkable community, but also fosters a culture of safety that benefits current and future generations. In this video, we will hear from a key stakeholder about how they made their application stand out and what factors contributed to their success.
My name is Selena Benitez. I'm the mayor of the city of Mount Rainier, Maryland. And in my role is to be accessible and available in anything the city needs, represent the city both in a local level and a national, international level. And our city is about 8,500 people, the highest density populated city in the whole entire state, and only 1 mile. So relatively slow in terrain, but very powerful when it comes to people power. The main objective of our project was to make sure we had safe streets for our residents. We are located border of Washington, D.C., so we do see a lot of traffic. We do have one main highway that divides the city. And we do have 2 elementary schools. So for us, is making sure we make a walkable and accessible city at all times. So therefore, the infrastructure grant will allow for our vision to be able to become a reality. For us, we believe that collaboration in conducting comprehensive studies was very important. In the realm of collaboration, we had an AHAB committee that was composed of various stakeholders in our community, because we feel that if we want to drive a study information, who better than to go to our community to figure out what's important to them, but also be able to identify key aspects. When it came to comprehensive study, we went ahead and worked with tool design in order to create a study, a traffic study of the whole entire city, in order to make sure that not only do we have the work of our community, but that we have backup information to support what we already knew as a community. For us, it's important to make sure we tie both of them together. We're very happy to say through the National League of Cities, which we're members, we were able to work through the infrastructure hub that provide additional data in order to make our application stronger. We were able to do that because we have a very strong partnership with our Maryland Municipal League that represents the 157 municipalities and 3 special districts in Maryland. So through partnership, it allowed for us to be able to gather information locally in our city, but also have partners both at the state level and at a national level to be able to gather those resources that were provided for us as being members. That allowed for a city so small to be able to earn that much grant and funding. Other than that, I think our chances will have been a little bit less, but we have a very driving team and a very driving community that wanted to make sure this happened, and they got hands-on to make sure that we had everything we need to have the strongest application ever. So what we did is we used data to shape our narrative in our proposal. And the data, we used it through a tool design group, which has conducted comprehensive studies of the city in multiple years, so they know our city very well, and allow us to identify and focus the projects that will project and protect the most vulnerable in our community, allow for families, allow for students, allow for seniors. So the other big part of it is the city has previously done a Vision Zero study that also showed us what was the pathway for us to take. So it's a vision attached with data. So the project narrative was entitled Protecting Mount Rainier Most Valuable, because that's what we intended to do in every step of the way. We cannot ask our residents to, bike and ride and everything else that we want, because we are a very green and focused city. We want to make sure we create the conditions for them as well. It was very important because you want to make sure you show with data and information and voices that this is where it needs to be. I think that was our biggest strength, because we show here's the data from tool design, here's the data from our Vision Zero, here's the data from our demographics and everything that was provided, that showcase why I said that Mount Rainier will be a good grantee and how we're going to implement it, but also show that we just not, it's quite a bit of money. $9.7 million is nearly as big as our budget, right? our overall like general budget, but it also showcased that we had a plan, we had determination, and we had like specifically selected the areas that we were targeting because it was needed and the data backed it up. But it started with us also meeting with the community and making sure we were able to capture what they were saying when they went up, and like, the data showed that we were both lining up with what the community was saying, but also the data demonstrated that it was the correct, assessment. It showcased that this is definitely a unity thing, but more important, the pictures painted through data and information and accessibility. So that way they knew locations were selected based on what will keep our city safe, as we stated from the beginning. We were the only city in the state of Maryland that earned the grant when it came to implementation. So we were very successful for city our size specifically. Cities bigger and smaller than us didn't apply or did not submit it because they felt that was going to be a big overtake. So we felt like we deliver everything that was asked of us and beyond. And that's the reason why we were successful. What makes us very happy is that now cities that are bigger than us and even smaller, about our same size, are coming to us and asking advice on how to go about implementing and applying for the grant, because they felt like we took a chance, a very educated chance with hard work behind it, and it paid off. So now they feel strongly that they have a better chance of being able to apply. In the advice, I will give people like, make sure you start working with a group within the community, but also reach out to your, national organizations like the National League of City, who has the infrastructure hub that provides a lot of data and support. Reach out also to your local league, in our case, the Maryland Municipal League, because they might be able to connect you to other resources. So we felt like at all times we were not doing this alone. We had support from other entities, including inside the city, between churches, PTOs, the green teams, so make sure the application was fully surrounded by like things that matter to us. We're very green, we're very artistic city, so we make sure we brought artists as well. So you define what you want to see in your city and bring those different stakeholders together. And that's how the conversation also starts, to make sure you're hearing from the different groups on what's important for your city. But my advice is like, don't lose sight of what you want your city to become, and back it up with data in order for them to see that this is very important and at the heart of who you are.